Welcome, America! Welcome, lions! The enemy sees you as people, but God sees you as lions and eagles. I remember a story when I was in Africa starting churches and orphanages. A friend of mine, Archbishop Kibarabara, told me a story. He says one day in the city of Nairobi, there was a lion, a big one. And he started to go around the neighborhood and he started to roar. And he said that when the dogs and cats heard him roar, they had a heart attack. I'm telling you, the moment lions will start to roar together, it will be over for the hyenas. We have entered a very peculiar time in our modern history. God is looking for lions, and He's telling us, go. Go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. Greater is He that is in you than the one that is in them. Fear not, He says, 365 times a year. For every year, He says, fear not. When they came to my church and they said, shut it down, I said no. When they came and they said, you will be arrested, bring it on. I was told I only have 15 minutes, and then I will be carried out by those nice people over there. And the last thing I want to say today to anyone is get out. And the last thing I want to hear today from anyone is the same thing. I don't want to hear them saying to me, get out. So let me read what God put on my heart. Freedom, that's why I am here. Jesus Christ says this, who comes to me is free indeed. I used to be a slave. I used to do terrible things. I was a slave to the devil. I was a slave to sin. But when my Jesus set me free, no man can put me in bondage again. And even though they put chains on my legs, and they roughed me up, and they threw me all on the wall, telling me that I am arrested for inciting people to church, I say to you, in front of my enemies, come to the church! Because the only answer to our problems today is still, and will always be, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Freedom comes with responsibility. Responsibility is followed by a decision. That decision requires action, and that action sustains freedom. What we do represent today. It shows who we are. Are you free? That's the question that God is asking us, all of us, every day. Take down the chains. Remove the masks. Stand up against injustice. Say no to them. Say get out to them. There is no such a thing as little freedom. Either you are free or you are not free. When that freedom is under attack, remember, freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. Remember who said those words? Martin Luther King Jr. It's time for another civil rights movement in this country. War is coming. War is already here. war against good, evil. You can see it is everywhere. In the media, in the political arena, in the schools, on the streets, taking, stealing, murdering, pillaging. Powerful giants have come to kill. The solution? People are asking me for the solution. What can I do? What can be done? The solution is always and will always be Jesus Christ of Nazareth. America, that's why I am so privileged to be here, is the center of Protestantism of the world. If America's eagle falls, the whole free world will fall. That's why the message today is so important. Stand up, resist, fight. You were born for such a time as this. Roar! Roar like lions! Roar! Fly like eagles fly! Fight like David fought! Do not bow to the enemy. We, the children of the living God, we never bow before evil. We never submit to the wickedness. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, we shall say again, we will not surrender. We will not bow. Only the resistance of us today will postpone, and this is a serious message, the execution of Christians. If we stand up today, we will have a different future tomorrow. The evil is watching. People are terrified. They have no hope. This is the time for the church to rise up, to stand up, to fight. God is saying to you and me a very simple message. He says, fight. Fight the good fight of faith. And you are in the middle, making a decision. Will you answer, church? Will you answer? What say ye, God's heroes of today? Because that's what I see. I see God's heroes today. Will you fight against evil? There is a sweet lady, amazing lady from history, and this is what she said, Joan of Arc. She said these powerful words. Listen, the words, they're echoing from history and are so important today. To surrender who you are and to live without belief is more terrible than dying. Even more terrible than dying young. I would rather die than do something which I know to be a sin or to be against God's will. Heroes of today, it is not enough to just pray. As a pastor, I have heard people all around the world telling me, brother, we just need to pray. Just pray. I'm telling you, starts with a prayer, but ends with action. It's time for the army to keep marching on, to occupy until he comes back. To possess the land that he has given to you and to your children. This is our promised land. Will you fight for it? Will you stand up for it? It's up to you. When you act, God will act. We know how this story ends. We know that in the end, we shall win. In March of 2020, the authorities came to me. They surrendered me. They assaulted my parishioner. They gave me a ticket. I was the first clergyman to get a ticket. And they said, if you don't shut your church down, we will arrest you. We will give you $1 million tickets. Well, let me tell you something. I got 29 tickets already. And I say to them, a very simple answer. Simple words. Bring it on. Bring it on. My God is bigger than your God. My God is more powerful than your idols. I have a message to God's enemies. Who do you think you are, you uncircumcised Philistines? Who do you think you are, that you should defy the armies of the living God? I am a son of the King. You are the sons and the daughters of the King. You are the children of the lion from the tribe of Judah. Act like it. Take what's yours. Give those dogs a heart attack. Start roaring. Occupy. Take what's rightfully yours. When I was roaming savannah, I was able to see the lions. They're very peculiar animals. They can sit under a tree. They don't like to be bothered. And I've told them many times, leave me alone. Leave me alone or else I will bite you. Well, you see, my problem in life was always the same. They don't take me seriously. I am a black belt martial art expert. Well, before the big muscle. I was a boxer, and I always said to people, I can really hurt you if I want to, but I don't want you to be hurt. Well, I have a message now to those villains. If you want to come for a fight, here I am. Here I am. And if you keep swinging, I will start defending myself. I will hurt you, and then I will lay hands on you and I will pray for healing. When the lions hunt, they do not apologize for eating the hyenas. It's time for the lions to start eating the hyenas. Do not ever apologize that you are a son or a daughter of the King. Do not ever bow before the hyenas. Lions never bow before the hyenas. I was privileged to see the lions hunting. And within a few seconds, it was over for the pig. If they want to fight, I say let's build the biggest pride of lions that this side of eternity has ever seen. When I was boxing, I was in a ring, and I had a person next to me cheering me up. You see, God is for you. The devil is against you, but you are in the middle making a decision. And God is saying to you and to me, go and fight the good fight of faith, because you shall win. Be blessed.